Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Jace's Own World, on this two-part series. The first part you probably watched. If you haven't, go back and check it. It's my latest video that I made. It's the 5 things that I liked about my Ford C-Max over here. My Ford C-Max over here. It's a 2017. So if you want to check out that video, go ahead and check out that video. It's the last one that I just made. It's part 1 of 2 series. This video is part 2, and this is going to be about the 5 things that I dislike about my Ford C-Max. So let's get right into this video right now. All right, guys, here's my 2017 Ford C-Max. And as much as I like this car, there are definitely some things that I do not like about this car. So I'm going to give you 5 things that I do not like about my Ford C-Max hybrid. All right, number one is going to be the seats in the back are really narrow. They're not very long. That's what I mean. And then the trunk, it's almost like the material that is made in the trunk is just really slippery. So when I put some groceries or anything or whatever back here in the trunk or on the seat, everything flies all over the place. I did not have this issue on my Mark 7 GTI. Matter of fact, doing the same exact job that I do, I never had any issues on the Mark 7 GTI of things like groceries in bags or bags falling down the seats, or they coming up to the trunk right here, and then when I open it, things fall out, which happens on this car. Never happened on the GTI. And I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is, but I did measure the seats in my GTI, and the seats from the back to the front in the GTI are like a little bit longer. They're a little bit longer. These ones are narrower, and that plays a major factor in how I can store things on the seats in the back, because I don't even drive this car very fast or hard or anything when I have items in the car, but I'll take the simplest turn at a very low speed and I'll start hearing things just flying all over the place in the trunk, on the seat. I'll find items down under here. I have to go search underneath for items. It's just really, really annoying. And I don't know if it's like the fabric. Obviously it's the length of it, of the seat, but the fabric is very slippery. It's nice looking, but it's slippery, and it's the same thing in the trunk. It's kind of slippery fabric, and so I'm going to have to get some things in the trunk, specifically some blocks or something like that, to secure items when I put it back there. And these items I'm talking about are mostly groceries, but I need something to keep things from falling and swaying all over the place, because no matter how well I set it in there, there's always something that goes wrong every single time, it seems like. So that's number 1 thing that I really dislike about my Ford C-Max here. Number 2 on the list of things that I dislike about my Ford C-Max SE Hybrid. Very simple, but I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Come inside. You're in here, you're driving, getting ready. It's daytime. The sun is shining, right? The sun is shining. And you're like, crap, that sun's right in my eyes. So what do? You put your visor down, okay? And disregard this right here that I have on this. You put your visor down and you're like, boom, blocking out the sun. Oh crap, the sun's in this little spot. The visor does not extend. There's no extension of the visor. It's just stuck in place. Stuck in place. I really, really hate that, which is why I bought this kind of crappy thing on Amazon, because it has a little extender, but it's so loose and just crap. I wish that Ford made the factory one, okay? Yep. Doesn't come out. Nothing, just fixated. So there's so many times that it's almost because my seat's all the way back, and if you're shorter, You may not have this issue, but because I am 6'4" tall, I have to have the seat all the way back. And because the seat's all the way back, I now have this little gap right here. And it seems like the sun is always right there. I really, really dislike that about this car. Something so simple. I've honestly thought about researching another car that's a Ford that has an extension visor here and just taking this one off and putting that one on, because this thing is just a piece of crap. I don't like it, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. But yeah, that's just for a car. I think this car was close to $30,000 brand new, especially with all the options and stuff, with the big screen and the dual climate and the trunk, automatic trunk, and then it has a backup, sensors, stuff like that. It's almost $30,000 brand new, and for it not to come with extended visors is just no, just a no-no. So I really, really, really dislike that about this car. Just one of my biggest gripes about this car. So number 2 on the list is the sun visors do not extend. All right, getting on to number 3 of the things that I do not like about the Ford C-Max SE Hybrid. And this will go with any Ford C-Max that has, I don't know if it goes for the ones that don't have the big screen, which has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and has the dual climate, but for those who do have the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto and the dual climate, this is going to be for you guys. And it's really annoying for me. And I have searched the forums about this too, and a lot of people have complained about the same exact thing. And that number 3 on my things that I do not like about the Ford C-Max SE Hybrid 2017 is that when I am playing some music on the car, all right, let me actually turn it on, okay? I'm not going to play any music because it will, I don't want to do any YouTube stuff with the songs and stuff like that. Let me turn that off for a second. Boots up. I mean, everything's really nice. It's really nice. I do like that about the car. But let me get right to this when it boots up here. Come on. And it's not about the boot up. All right. So let's say I am driving and I'm playing music on like Sirius XM, which this car does have. I'm like, cool, I have my stations on. I have the station that I've been playing and I'm like chilling with, And then I go to park my car and I turn the car off, and then I go and do some stuff, some shopping or whatever. And I come back to the car. What I would really like is when the car turns back on is for Sirius XM to still play. So let me do this right here. Let me actually do this for you. Okay? Turn the car on. I'm not going to do that. Turn that off, okay? I'm going to go to the audio sources. By the way, this whole system is actually pretty easy to figure out, so that's one thing I do like about the car. Sirius XM, okay? Put on some 90s here. All right. Yeah. Oh. Anyways, I want it to be on 90s on 9, okay? Right there. I want it to be on that. So I turn the car off. Boom. Come out of the car. All right. Lock the car. Okay, so it's locked. Let's say I'm going shopping. I'm going shopping, got my groceries, blah, 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 blah. All right. Got my groceries. You come over and you load up your groceries over here, okay? And unlock the car, get into the car. You're ready to roll. You're ready to go wherever you're going, back home. You want to jam in your car. Come in here, you turn the car on. And you know it's on with the green little indicator there. You don't really hear it because it's electric. Well, guess what? It just turned on with this. What happened to my 90s on 9, guys? Where did my 90s on 9 go? So now I got to go back into the sources, go back into Sirius, and it's 90s on 9. It's weird because the car does not stay on, and it seems like it's only on Sirius. If I'm doing FM or AM, I don't know about CD. It has a CD player and anything like that. But if I'm doing FM or AM and I turn the car off, go shopping, do whatever, and I come back, it will stay on FM or AM. But if I'm on Sirius, it doesn't want to stay on Sirius. And so I got to go through the menu again to go back to Sirius, and it's just really annoying because it does not want to stay on what I set it at and what I want it to be when I come back to the car. I don't want it to go to FM or AM. I want it to be staying on Sirius, so when I get back in the car, I don't have to mess with the menu system again. That's really annoying. And I've looked on the forums and no one seems to figure it out. You can do like Wi-Fi air updates and stuff like that. So maybe I need to do that and get the latest update on this car. I just haven't done it yet and see if it fixes it. But for now, it's that. And it's really annoying. The same thing goes with my temperature. So if I turn on the air, right? If I turn on the air here, and let's say it's a hot day and I'm like blasting the AC or whatever, and I have it set. This is a dual climate, so you can do the passenger side here. This is the driver's side. All right. Let's say I have the passenger side, different or whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's say I have it set at this right now. If I go and do the same thing, turn the car off, go get groceries, do whatever, and I come back, and I still want it to be on that, but it doesn't want to stay on that. So the thing that's really annoying about that the most is that I put my phone up here next to the AC vent because it's hot in Arizona. That's where I live. And so I put my phone up here so that the AC vent cools my phone down. And so I'll usually have the passenger side cool, right? I'll have it cool. And if it's like on a cold day, I'll have it cool because the phone still gets hot, but then I'll have mine a little bit warmer for the vents for me as the driver. So let's say it's set at, 76 for me as the driver, 60 for the passenger, so that my phone stays cool. Well, when I turn the car off and I go shopping, I come back and I put my phone back up here, I forget, because in most normal cars, it seems like those temperatures would stay the same, but they don't. So what it does is the car doesn't learn that it's set at that, and then it basically transitions back to, let's say they're both at 76 now. I come back in the car and they're both at 76. So now this vent is spewing hotter air, and when I put my phone up there, it starts getting hot. It's really annoying. So I have to continually mess with the HVAC system here, and it's really annoying because both of these systems do not stay where I want them to stay. They revert back to, it's like learned. I don't know. I really don't know what it's doing. So that is really, 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 really annoying about this car, and it's kind of frustrating. But that is number 3 that I really dislike about my Ford C-Max. All right, number 4 on the things that I dislike about my Ford C-Max. We're going to take a little bit of drive in this parking lot right here. It's a pretty open parking lot, so you're probably not going to see it very well. But what my number 4 gripe about the Ford C-Max is the turning radius. The turning radius is horrible. My mom has a 2023, Hyundai Santa Fe. It has a way better turning radius than this thing. And for some reason, it must be the reason why I think this car is built on the Ford Focus platform is because everybody who owns a Ford Focus, whether that's the base model or the Focus RS, complains about their turning radius being really, really bad. And I can see it with this car because it's really bad. So let's do a little turning right here. So we got a little curb right here. We got a curb right here. Let's see if I can make it. Nope, definitely can't. In my GTI, easy peasy. So let's do this. I'm gonna back up here, okay? Got the little parking sensors put in, and I'm gonna try to turn this right here and see if I can do it. Full turn. That's my seatbelt chime, by the way. Coming up. Not gonna make it. Gonna hit that curb. I would have easily made that in my GTI or my mom's Hyundai Santa Fe 2024. Let's try this. There's no curbs over here. Let's try this one. Let's go to the right now. Make this turn. So it made that turn. I was able to make that U-turn. But this is a very wide parking lot, guys. With a car that's this small, the turning radius should not be this bad. It should not be this bad. So really dislike that about the car. I'm just putting it back into the spot here. That's my number 4 gripe about this car, the turning radius. I've basically had to relearn how to turn with this car for that simple thing right there, that it just does not turn very well. It's almost like parking a truck, because trucks are big, right? They're hard to fit in spaces because they're so large. This is easy to fit in spaces, but I need to make sure that I have the space to be able to turn into that space. I've been doing a lot of 3-point maneuvers in this car, more than I ever have in any car that I've owned, for the fact that this turning radius really sucks. So I really dislike that about this car. Number 4 on my list, the turning radius of the Ford C-Max SE Hybrid, or any Ford C-Max in general, or any Focus really, any Ford Focus. Let's just say that. All right, guys, so we are on the final thing that I dislike about the Ford C-Max behind me. This is number 5 on my list. And I really had to think really hard about 5 things about this car that I dislike, because honestly, I don't dislike a lot. The things that I've talked about earlier in this video, they're kind of nitpicky, like turning radius, visors not pulling out, the HVAC system and the infotainment system, stuff like that. They're kind of nitpicky, but I was trying to find things that really annoy me about the car, so that's why I came up with those. This number 5 thing is very nitpicky, but before I say what it is, I don't really know if it's the Ford C-Max itself, or if it's because of a previous owner that owned this car. I don't know, like the Carfax was clean and clear, but I do have some marks on the side here that makes me think that it was in an accident before, but never reported. So I don't really know for sure. I just don't know. I'm just guesstimating at this point. So this number 5 thing, I don't really know if it's a Ford C-Max or a Ford thing, or if it's a previous owner thing. But the number 5 thing is its paint quality. Now let me show you the reason why I say paint quality on the 5th thing that I dislike about this car. All right, so it's not about all this stuff. I don't know if this car was in like a snow climate before, or if it was next to the ocean or anything like that. I haven't seen any rust or anything like that. It's a low mileage car. I bought it when it had 20,000 miles on it. It has over 25,000 miles on it now, so it's a low mileage car. But everything up here is good. But when I came to the car, and I didn't see this when I bought it, but when I brought it home and the first time that I washed it, this is when I saw it. I came over here and look at this. Got chipping all through here. Not over here. but on the driver's side of the rear hatch, you got some chipping going on. Now let me open up the hatch. Open up the hatch, and you come up here, and you don't, I guess you don't really see it. Let me see. No, you don't really see it. It's actually in there, but this, you can get a little better view right here. You see all this chipping, this paint chipping right here, and it's only right here. Nowhere else on the car do I see any paint chipping. So this is why I said maybe this car was in an accident and maybe this was repainted or something like that, and they didn't do a good job. I don't know if this is a factory thing or not, but this is my 5th gripe about the car, because at 20,000 miles, even at 100,000 miles in harsh climates, I have 0 paint chipping like that on my Mark 7 GTI. It has 186,000 miles on the car. It's gone through 3 or 4 pretty bad winters in Utah, and it's gone through several years, 4 or 5, about 4 years in Arizona with extreme heat in the summer. So it's gone through like really cold temps and really high temps, and it has had no issues with chip painting, no rust or anything. This car doesn't have any rust, but this at 20,000 miles is just crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So like I said, I don't know if this is a factory thing and just really bad factory paint, or if this is a previous owner thing, but I saw it, so I'm gonna gripe about it. That's the 5th thing. Like I said, it's a gripe, but it's there, and so I'm gonna point it out, okay? All right, so there you have it, guys. Part 2 of a 2 series. This is the 5 things that I dislike about the Ford C-Max. If you're a Ford C-Max owner, maybe you can concur with me about the things that I'm dealing with. If you have any ideas how to fix anything that I've brought up, go ahead and go ahead and leave a comment. But yeah, those are the things that I don't like about the car. Like I said, I really like this car, but there's got to be some things that you don't like about a car, because not every car is perfect. There's quite a few things that I don't like about my Mark 7 GTI, especially stock. They're not that great. I think they're good looking, but as far as performance goes for a Mark 7 GTI in stock form, they're not that great. You have to modify them for them to be really good, and you have to go through a process. Like I had to go through a process, finding out the right parts and the right things that I liked, and how the way that I like it to handle compared to certain brands of parts and all this sort of stuff. This one's really nice because it's pretty simple. I'm going to keep it stock. But anyways, 5 things that I disliked about that car. There you go. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it with your friends, and wait for my next video. Oh yeah, before I end this video out, I have decided on the thing that I do want to do with my Mark 7 GTI. It's going to happen this year in 2025, but I do not know exactly when. But I'm going to upload a quick video here after this shortly. I'm going to give you a quick update on my plans and goals for the Mark 7 GTI. I have made a final decision on what I want to do, and I want to let you guys know about that, and I know that you guys want to know. So wait until that video. Hope you look forward to it. But like I said, please like and subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. This channel is going great, and I really appreciate all the things that you guys do to make this channel good. All right, guys, until the next video, peace.